So at this stage, you've got your images placed. You guys should know how to get to this area as of this point in time. Now, some of those images that we saw, there was a drop shadow behind here. And that's kind of important because I need to be able to add that in. So if I want to put that drop shadow, I'm going to Control J. And instead of putting that on my background, I Control J. And I'm going to put that up above. Okay? I'm going to grab with my magic wand. I'm going to grab that white square. Notice it leaked over into here. I want to lower my tolerance. I want to put it down to a 10. Let's see if that fixed it. Perfect. And then I hit delete. So right now it looks the same as it did just a minute ago. I'm going to select, deselect, or Control D. And I'm back to where we need to be. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a drop shadow on this guy. So if you double click over here, right in your negative space, you're going to get your layer styles. In there, you can move this down, kind of take a peek. Let's see if I can scroll. Nope, I'm not going to be able to scroll too much. I can get a peek over here, and I'm going to put in, there it is, all the way at the bottom. I'm going to put in a drop shadow, okay? So when I put in the drop shadow, I am going to need to click on the word drop shadow, which is very important. That opens up this menu over here. So when I click on that word, I've got a lot of options in here. And I'm going to want to make sure that maybe I pull this up. I'm going to go ahead and make it a bigger shadow. You can see it start to grow over there. I'm going to make it a little bit more opaque and then change that to normal. I'm going to move this out a little bit more and just kind of mess around with this and see what I like and see the effect there. Let me grab that so you can really see what's happening, okay? The spread will change how defined it is, which I don't like it being super defined, so watch out for that. You can see it's got a little bit of a softer quality, which is kind of nice. So that's how you're going to add that shadow in and make sure that it's at a good angle. I forgot to mention, though, that angle is very important when you go to drop shadow. If your angle doesn't show properly, like if it's over here, you're going to see I have very little things happening. I have very little to see. So I want to make sure I drop that one over onto that left-hand side. Maybe I'll test it over here. Just get it in the right direction so you get a good effect. Okay, so that's that. Now, I do have a number of people that are looking for adding people into an existing album cover. Okay. So I do want you to refer to our video from yesterday where we talked about how to use a layer mask and get things put into where it needed to be. It's the same idea. We're going to go ahead and place linked. We're going to go ahead and grab a picture. Let's see. We'll just go ahead with that. We're going to go ahead and grab a picture. I might size this down. Let's just pretend he somehow fits in here. I know it's kind of weird, but you know. Move him in place. Maybe I'll actually make him super small. And put him in place of maybe one of these guys. Okay? So let's say that's where I'm at with that, but I have a lot of background stuff that I need to get rid of. That's where we're going to go back. Again, I'm going to rasterize that layer. Right click right over here and rasterize, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that layer mask on. I'm going to grab my paintbrush and make sure it's in black. I'm going to get super close in there. Of course, it's very pixelated because I'm zoomed in a lot. Now, I would then take and very carefully, with the tool of your choice, this is too soft. I'm going to have to go ahead and bring that up quite a bit. With the tool of your choice, as neatly, I'm not going to do this very neatly, and I apologize for the essence of time. You can go ahead and neatly remove all of those things that you don't want to keep on there in order to make him somehow match up. Maybe it's all of this. Maybe it's this right here. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead then and move this into place. Make it bigger, rotate it, and again, continue to work with it until it fits properly. This is probably not the best example, I'm sorry, but it was kind of what I had conveniently placed and ready for you. So again, that's pretty much what I'm working on as I'm going through and using that layer mask to get rid of that. Then I discover, oh, okay, so I need to go back to my layer mask. I've activated it by clicking on it. Come over here. I'm going to say I'm going to remove, oops, I went too far. I'm going to flip to white. I'm going to come back in here, make my brush smaller, and add those things back in that I might need. Again, this is not my best example. Hopefully you will have something that fits a lot more. It was kind of what I had selected quickly. Maybe he would fit better on another head. I don't know, but I definitely would work with it. Those of you that need more advanced functions, I'm going to go ahead and maybe even get into that cloning tool. So you guys, if you remember, we covered some of these tools inside of here. And as we get into here, maybe I'll grab some of the stuff from the street. And maybe, oh, I need to alt-click over here, and maybe I'll grab that and put that in the background. Okay, I just matched part of that street to get rid of it. So again, refer back to my video on cloning, but you'll notice that I copied it so that I didn't do it to my original, and I can kind of fix that up later if needed. So again, those are all things you need to know to get yourself through your album cover as well as your color pop.